This film was made with the financial support of the European Union. Its content is the sole responsibility of the Constanta County Council.
Constanța este locul unde m-am născut, m-am format, am crescut, unde am început sportul de mare performanță. Datorez enorm acestui loc unde, încă o dată spun, m-am născut și am crescut. Sunt mândru că sunt dobrogean și constanțean.
This is the land where legends were born. Here, the nymphs were caught in their wild dance, their joy still making Constanta a magical place. Here, you feel like you're floating. Over the Black Sea, over the fortresses that tell the stories of past ages. Over the Dobroja gorges that, caressed by the winds for centuries, reveal their beauty more than ever. Here, the people welcome you with gentleness and show you how their lives are. Greeks, Turks, Tartars, Aromanians, Russians, Lipovans, and Armenians make up the perfect mosaic that makes Constanta County so unique.
Chiar dacă ești turist sau ești constanțean, cu siguranță nu ai cum să te plictisești aici la malul mării. Fie că este vorba despre delfinariu, siturile arheologice, teatre, muzee și, bineînțeles, vedeta care este marea. Iată de ce iubesc din tot sufletul Dobrogea, Constanța și marea.
Meet us right in the heart of Constanta. From here, you will journey back in time because the history of the place will fascinate you. You have reached the enclosure wall of Tomis Fortress. It was built in the 270s and belongs to the late Roman era. The Roman mosaic edifice also dates back to that time. A building covering almost 2,000 square meters, built by the order of Emperor Constantine the Great. About 150 meters away, you'll see the Roman baths, which date from between the 3rd and 4th centuries AD. A unique monument in Romania, also dating from the time of Emperor Constantine the Great, is the Hypogeum tomb. The paintings on the walls of the tomb harmoniously interweave Christian and pagan symbols. The mosaic map of the ancient settlements of Dobroja and the archaeological park of Constanta are also two sights to see once you've reached the seashore in ancient Tomis.
Constanța, într-adevăr, stă pe o comoară istorico-arheologică. Constanța a oferit, oferă și sunt convins că va mai oferi și în continuare numeroase surprize plăcute, fără îndoială, și mă refer la aceste artefacte care se găsesc din perioada greco-romană, pentru că asta este specifică acestei zone.
In the Natural History and Archaeology Museum, you will discover that the stories you read or see are true. That summers and winters throughout the ages have been unique just as your visit to this county will be. Feel the sea breeze just a stone's throw away in the tourist part of Constanta. Look at the infinite blue, the sky, the sea. And then continue your journey to Adamklisi. Here, you'll discover a legendary fortress, as well as the Tropeum Traiani monument, an impressive construction dating back to the 2nd century AD. Continue discovering Dobroja with a stop at the fortress of Capidava, a former Roman fortress. Then, go on to Carsium and Ulmitum. Stop a little longer at the ruins of the fortress of Histria. It is the first urban settlement on Romanian territory, a former Greek colony near the mouth of the Danube. So is the Basarabi cave complex, dating from the 10th century and represented by a labyrinth of ancient churches and chalk-carved chapels. This is the birthplace of modern Christianity. In the north of the county is the Razim Sinoi Lagoon Complex. It is part of the Danube Delta Biosphere Reserve and consists mainly of lakes, cliffs, and higher landforms. Another lake group protected by law is the Tășaul Corbu. Here, you will be able to admire several protected bird species. Over the years, the place has become a favorite for photography and filming enthusiasts. Lake Vederosa completes the list of natural wonders on the touristic map of Dobroja. It is located in the westernmost part of the county, a suitable habitat for many bird species. Along with this lake, the Dumbraveni and Urluia Valley areas form a unique complex of valleys, meadows, and forests, all of which are included in the Register of Protected Areas. The forest and the Kenarawa Feti Valley are also a protected site and a special attraction for tourists who love flora. More than 100 unique plant species are registered here, representing 27% of Romania's flora. In the ancient mountains of Dobroja, the Dobroja Gorges is a rocky ensemble of unparalleled beauty in Romania. A landscape unique in the world is that of the Hagieni Cotuvai forest. Once you enjoyed the view, visit Cape Aurora and listen to the waves of the sea. You won't experience anything like this again. The wines of Constanta also tell stories with a twist. The vineyards of the Dobroja region, blessed by the sun and the sea, grant wine a special nobility. One of the largest vineyards is Murfatlar, with a tradition since 1943. But the mineral and acid-rich soil of Constanta County favors vine cultures for most of the territory. Medgidia is a special vine-growing area producing wines that have already made a name for themselves and that are shipped all over the world. In the southwest of Constanta County, at Ostrov, along the right bank of the Danube, a 30-kilometer vineyard produces wines with a strong and distinguished personality. But wines also age in peace and quiet in the Olymp-Neptune 23 August area. Here, new varieties have been brought in, adapted to the climate, and today, the story of wine from the seaside is told to anyone passing by. The Istria area is also one of the oldest winemaking areas in Dobroja. Istria wines are said to have a touch of the sea breeze in them. Even in small numbers, Topalu wines also bring a unique taste and are appreciated by enologists for their unique notes and aromas. Where in Romania have you seen something like this? Who has inspired you to go through such an experience and feelings? The culture of Constanta County is closely linked to the life of the ethnic communities here. Turkish folklore surprises you. Greek traditions and customs enrich your soul. Romanian dances and music fascinate you, and you just can't sit still and not get up and dance. After a hearty dose of dancing, sit back at the table and indulge in some fine cuisine. Go to the theater. One of the oldest and most representative of these institutions is the Constanta State Theater. Founded in 1951, it is the only repertory theater in the whole Dobroja area.
Spiritul Tomisului există în forme teatrale moderne, că vorbim despre operă, că vorbim despre teatrul dramatic, că vorbim despre balet, că vorbim despre muzică sau despre tinerii care se educă în spiritul culturii, toți aceștia sunt de fapt în spiritul dumneavoastră sau în spiritul tău, călătorule.
Calutul de Mare Theater for Children and Youth was born out of a desire to broaden the repertoire of this kind of institution in Constanta. Constanta also has a house of culture in its heritage, as well as several centers of excellence, such as the Teodor Barada Cultural Center and the Jean Constantin Multicultural Center. Here, we can enjoy a wide variety of performances. When it comes to art, Constanta will not disappoint. The Museum of Art in Constanta holds impressive collections of world-renowned artists. Reference works by Teodor Aman, Nicolae Grigorescu, and Ioan Andriescu, or Stefan Lucian, are exhibited here. One thing that is not widely known to the public about Dobroja sculpture is that the Ion Jala Sculpture Museum is located in Constanta. It is housed in a superb heritage building with columns in the Brincovanu style and a fantastic terrace from which you can see the sea as far as the Royal Pavilion in the port of Constanta. Due to the area's enticing diversity, Constanta also has a folk art museum. Here, you will discover an impressive collection of traditional costumes from all over the Dobroja. It is also the place where you can see the influence of Greek, Tartar, Turkish, and Aromanian ethnic communities over the centuries. The ethnic multiculturalism being a strong point of the county, something unmatched in the whole country. The Natural Science Museum complex is perhaps one of the most extensive cultural, educational, recreational projects in Constanta. It encompasses the Danube Delta Micro Reserve, the planetarium and the astronomical observatory, the exotic bird exhibition with some of the most sought after by the public, the Constanta Aquarium with more than 100 species of fish and marine life, and finally, perhaps the most famous attraction of Constanta, the Dolphinarium. Enchanted by everything you've seen so far, don't miss the Romanian Marine Museum. Here are exhibits that testify to the oldest means of navigation on the territory of Dobroja, as well as exhibition or documentary means about the Romanian naval forces. This museum also has a branch in Mangalia, and while you are here, you should also take a walk through the tourist port of Mangalia. It is one of the most visited places of the city and is intended for tourist ships. Every year, it hosts various events related to the seafaring sector. The Carol I Bridge at Cernavoda is also a symbol of Constanta County. It is the bridge over the Danube built by the famous engineer Anghil Salini.
Sunt experiențe pe care merită să le ai în momentul în care vii în județul Constanța, alături de băile de soare tradiționale sau distracțiile din parcurile acvatice pe care le are litoralul românesc și o experiență inedită cu telegondola de la Mamaia, ori, dacă vrei, o plimbare cu bicicleta sau cu mașini de off-road.
When discovering Constanta County, you should take an ecumenical and religious tour. The cave of St. Andrew the Apostle is in the locality of Ion Corvin, perhaps the most important religious edifice in Romania. The Apostle Andrew is the one who preached the gospel in the Dobroja area. Go further in the Dobroja Gorges, in the commune of Târgușor. Here, you will find the cave of St. John Cassian and the monastery that bears his name. The cave is often visited by tourists, and some old inscriptions can still be seen on its walls. Another special place of worship, a miracle worker, is located 120 kilometers from Constanta, near the village of Ostrov. Here is the Dervent Monastery, which also houses a healing spring. The monastery is known among the faithful for its miracle-working stone crosses and the healing spring with waters that is said to cure illnesses. On the opposite side, just off the shore of the Black Sea, we find the monastery of St. Mary at Techirghiol. This place dates back to 1928, and later in 1951, a convent of nuns was founded. Also at that time, the little wooden church of Techirghiol was brought from the royal stables in Sinaia, an architectural treasure that has now become one of the main attractions in the area. The ecumenical tours end in Constanta, in the Orthodox Cathedral of Saints Peter and Paul, which dominates the city's whole southern cliff area with its monumental architecture. Constanta, however, is also a religious mosaic of civilizations. The Metamorphosis Greek Church is the oldest Orthodox church in Constanta and was built in 1868. The Roman Catholic Church of St. Anthony is built in the Romantic style typical of churches in northern Italy. In the peninsular area of Constanta, we also find the Armenian Church of St. Mary, which embodies the existence of the Armenian people on Dobroja. The Great Mosque of Constanta, also known as the Carol Mosque, is an impressive monument. However, the oldest Muslim religious building in the city is the Hunkiar Mosque, founded in 1862, located in the central area of the old city of Constanta. And if everything you've experienced so far has worn you out, you need an energy boost. A mud pack is good for anybody. The best-known spa is the Tekirdağ Spa and Recovery Sanatorium. Here, thanks to the skilled specialists and the famous Tekirdağ mud and water with curative properties, every year, more than 16,000 Romanians and foreigners benefit from treatment. There is another renowned spa and recovery sanatorium in Mangalia. Here too, high-quality treatments are provided in the spa sector. However, don't forget the fun part. In summer, the fun capital moves to the seaside. There are parties all along the coast, but Mamaia is the most famous for parties that go on until the dawn. And if you want to take it to the next level, then the right place is at one of the most known festivals throughout Europe, the Never Sea Festival. 4 days, no sleep. It's worth it. Costanesti will not disappoint either. The resort for young people, the place that will make you wish it was summer all year round. Then go to Vamaveke Resort. Nothing you've seen so far on the coast will match this one. Also, Vama Resort will teach you to live in its spirit, and you will fall in love with the magic of the land by the sea, Constanta County. This film was made with the financial support of the European Union. Its content is the sole responsibility of the Constanta County Council.